Well, good morning to all. I think we're good to go on the topic of harnessing innovation from Monaco. We're very lucky this morning to have a great company based in Monaco for a very long time, since 1981, giving us its testimonial. So I would like to first of all thank them for their presence. I'm Justin Hyman, Deputy CEO of the Monaco Economic Board. Just to let you know, the Monaco Economic Board is the entity in charge of promoting the economy of the Principality. And our two main focuses being like a chamber of commerce for the Principality, with about 700 companies within our membership, companies of all sizes and sectors, and also being an inward investment agency, so trying to help entrepreneurs, investors to look at Monaco for potentially setting up a structure, an entity, relocating their entity to the Principality. Enough about the MEB. I would like also for our panelists to let us know who they are. So first of all, Mr. Peter Koetman. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Peter Koetman. I'm Dutch. I'm the founder and chairman of Dietsmann, that I founded 47 years ago, and established in Monaco the International Coordination Support Office since 1981.
Good morning, everyone. I am Cesare Canavese, Italian by nationality. I am the Chief Executive Officer of Dietsmann. I've been working for the firm for the last 14 years. I'm based in Monaco, while I'm traveling a lot to follow up the business in our 20 different countries, as well as new opportunities around the world. Thank you.
Thank you to both of you. So first of all, the first question, let's get into the action to Cesare. As you mentioned, you've been for quite a while now at Dietsmann. Why do you feel that Monaco, the Principality of Monaco, is a great place for your line of business to be based?
There's actually a number of reasons for Dietsmann to be well placed in Monaco, especially for the support and coordination office. The first one is the centrality of Monaco, also in terms of distance between our office and the headquarters of our main clients, like Total Energies in Paris and Eni in Milano. So strategically speaking, it's very, very good to be there. From a profile, from a labor market point of view, because of course in our coordination office we have all the main functions, so finance, legal, HR, but also engineering activities related to HSC and tendering. We need a variety of profile, and Monaco is able to provide all those profiles in a very good manner. And of course, by being an engineering company by definition, we also look for new technologies, and Monaco is the perfect incubator in terms of startups, but also in terms of very highly developed company in IT, cybersecurity, digital twins, and these kind of new activities that are very relevant to our business.
We shall indeed be focusing on that and how you've harnessed innovation from the Principality. A question to Peter now, because not only you founded your subsidiary in 1981, the company, Dietsmann, in Monaco, you also relocated and lived since, and also launched other activities such as a family office and also philanthropic activities, and founded also the entity Monaco Impact. How do you feel also that Monaco is suited not only for your line of business, but for all those different things?
I founded Dietsmann in 1977, and with technical service activities on the young oil and gas developments in the Dutch continental shelf. We had to compete with international companies who were not mandated to pay tax and social securities in the Netherlands like we were. So in order to find a level playing field, I established the office in Monaco since 1981. And thanks to the stable government, the stable regime fiscally and legally, where do we find it nowadays in the world? It has not changed in Monaco. We were able to develop our office in Monaco and develop the company into the world. In Monaco, we have now around 120 employees. And in the world, we have now around 4,500 employees working in 20 countries. So thanks to the stability of political stability and fiscal and legal stability in Monaco, we were able to grow. Also, privately, my wife and I enjoyed since a long time, in many, many decades, safety, a rich cultural life, and a cosmopolitan life in Monaco. And we are very happy in Monaco, so we are there to stay.
Sounds great, thank you very much. Cesare and Peter, what strategies do you feel Monaco has implemented on the innovation side of things, notably on the energy transition and the sustainability?
But for a company like ours that is based on maintenance and engineering activities, of course we are following the energy transition. That is that process that started with changing from an energy mix based on oil towards a new one that is based on natural gas and renewable source of energies. Of course, it's a big challenge, also from a digital point of view, because the target of reducing the emissions can only be achieved by introducing artificial intelligence and new ways of maintaining those assets through data analytics and also the introduction of assets like the robots that are part of our group. And Monaco, thanks to the presence of a multicultural environment, as well as a cosmopolitan environment, is able to attract talents, not only from an engineering point of view, but from many different trades. That gives, to me and to my colleagues, the undeniable advantage to discuss with them, to learn from new ideas, to share our business model and our technical model. And I think it's a great opportunity also, thanks to the different events in terms of new technologies, to help us develop our new business model.
So yes, the fact that Monaco has embarked on a digital transition with this extended Monaco Smart Principality program has been highly beneficial to Dietsmann. You believe that the creation of, for example, Monaco Tech, Monaco Boost, has also been something that been very worthwhile to Dietsmann?
For sure, for sure. We have recruited several alumni from the International University of Monaco. I'm also in the board of the International University of Monaco. Very proud of that. Yes, we are. Dietsmann is a maintenance engineering company. Originally very active in the traditional oil and gas sphere, but developed also into the conventional power, nuclear, and even experimental fusion in south of France, in Cadarache. We are involved, and in partnership with Stellantis, Total Energies, and other partners in the development of hydrogen mobility with the Automobile Club de West. So we are involved in all sorts of technologies. Our technology, we have also a robot company replacing people in dangerous sites. These robots are intelligent robots. They can detect microleaks of methane, especially in oil and gas plants. It's very important. Methane is a very, very poisonous greenhouse gas. It's not only CO2 that we are trying to avoid by better maintenance, less flaring, less unscheduled stops with our maintenance technology, but also detecting microleaks of methane with our robots, and then we can make interventions to stop the microleaks. We are a member of an international association that has a target to stop all methane emissions in our industry by 2030, and we are an active member of that. We contribute to the technology.
That's tomorrow. 2030.
Yeah, that's quite quick. But yeah, we are therefore we are a strategic partner with some major oil companies to that. You know, the thing is not our task is not to reduce oil and gas production. Our task is to reduce the emissions accompanying the production. It's the emissions that are the problem. And we all know, we can deny it or not, but we are hooked to oil and gas for decades to come. So pragmatically seen, the only thing we can do is to reduce emissions. And that's our core task. And that's why we are, as Dietsmann, in the middle of this transition.
Indeed, could you maybe, Cesare, talk about this robot that you've been working on now for a few years with this Austrian startup that you've incubated and then taken within the group?
Sure. We have 3 different versions of those robots. They are mainly robots that can operate in explosive atmosphere. That is very relevant to the oil and gas as well as the power sector. This is undeniably an advantage for those devices to be sold and to be rented to our clients. The main task of our robots is, of course, patrolling the assets in the search for gas leaks, but also in the search of troubles. So they can replace the human beings wherever the dangers are too high. That's undeniably also from an agency point of view a big step up. They can also be deployed to very remote areas like in the desert, but as well as on the platforms, unmanned platforms in the ocean or in very remote areas from the landline. And that would reduce, of course, the emissions for the crews to travel back and forth from the land, as well as the necessity of entertaining all these activities for the crew to stay aboard. So the logistic aspects can be cut by 50% at this time, but the target is to cut them by 100% in the next few years. So those robots are at this time the best suitable mean to inspect those assets, to report, because they have a central process unit that can elaborate the pictures, the videos, and also the data they can collect from the surrounding environment, and they can on real time share those data with the central hub. So we have a digital picture on real time of those facilities without sending people over there.
So yes, reducing emissions, sustainability, and also safety, trying to make it as safe as possible for your teams.
Absolutely, for our clients and for us as well, safety is paramount, of course. Emissions is by then. So these 2 things can also contribute in making Dietsmann as a unique value proposition company. Of course, our clients, not only TotalEnergies and Eni, but also Chevron, ExxonMobil, and a number of other companies are very demanding because the competition is extremely high. They have to be compliant with several changing rules in terms and requirements in terms of emissions, but also safety, security. So we try always to follow this trend to be somehow very, very collaborative with them.
Very well. Well, on the other side of the coin, then, where do you think Monaco needs to improve? What challenges on the innovation front can Monaco overcome in order to remain at the forefront of innovation?
To me? Yes? Okay. Okay, thanks, Justin. Yes. Well, Monaco is one of the few small countries where the majority of residents are affluent and well-educated residents. And if Monaco succeeds in federating this enormous rich pool of people in contributing to Monaco and the society as a whole, Monaco can become a very strong soft power. And that's also the goal of my association that I started in 2014. I enjoyed, like I said, the life in Monaco, the stability, the security, etc., the good government and good government support that we had. So I thought, as an entrepreneur, we need to protect Monaco. We need to do something back to Monaco. Okay, as a Dutch, I don't pay income tax in Monaco, which is a big advantage, but I want to do something back. There must be people like me in Monaco that have the same feeling. So I started an association called Monaco Impact that initiates and supports big social impact projects with our members. One of the projects that we support and that we do now in association with the University of Monaco and the Musée Oceanographique and the Fondation Albert II is the Monaco Ocean Protection Challenge, now 2025 in the 7th edition. It's becoming bigger and bigger. This year we will have 60 universities of the world delegating students that do the challenge for the best plan, best business plan, based on cleaning of oceans, ocean protection, but also on communicating to the young generation the importance of healthy oceans, which is in line with the targets, of course, of our sovereign prince. And we are very proud to be part of that. So as a Monaco resident, and I think many of our residents, we are keen to do something back for Monaco, not only for Monaco, but also for the world, to become a big soft power.
Thank you, Peter. Would you like to add, Cesare, or?
I think that from an operational point of view, that is quite close to me in my function. The size of Monaco has never been a limit, a problem. Conversely, the density of talents, the large availability of talents is key for Monaco. So I think that comparing Monaco to larger entities in terms of challenges would have never been a problem in the past and won't be a problem in the future. Because, of course, in a very small place, you can find really very different opportunities. Monaco Tech is one that we mentioned before, but there's a number of other opportunities in the different trades. So also in the commercial trade, the legal activities, bankers, insurance. So to run the business from the Principality is very effective.
Small is beautiful, or very small is very beautiful.
Absolutely.
So you believe that Monaco can leverage its cosmopolitan population, its 130 nationalities, to convince other investors, entrepreneurs to look at setting up an entity or structure, something for you it's a very strong point, to access this talent pool. That's for your message. Indeed.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. I think this is what is the main force of Monaco, and the support of the government in Monaco is great. I mean, we have businesses and companies in 20 countries, and usually the government is an obstruction. And in Monaco, it's very cooperative and very helpful and open to dialogue. There's one big challenge that we all experience, and that's a challenge. You know, corporate life is becoming more and more complicated by the day. Everybody that's in business understands and suffers under the avalanche of new bureaucratic European and international regulations. And also Monaco is not immune for that. And I think that the big challenge for Monaco, and they're doing the best, is to communicate and explain the absolutely necessary regulations and new procedures, especially in the finance, and we have to explain every client with the KYC, etc. Said now Monaco is suffering an avalanche of new rules. And I think Monaco can facilitate that by better explaining and even mitigate and minimize the pressure on small entrepreneurs and startups, because that's a big they spend a lot of time lost to expand your business in meeting this regulation. That are, of course, we have to meet them, but Monaco might better to facilitate
the smaller companies.
Yes,
companies. You're absolutely right. It might be something that to look at. Perfect. Well, one last question, perhaps. So, do you feel comfortable in saying that Dietsmann can remain in a leadership role within its industry and continue growing and developing from Monaco and use it, from what I understand, as a fantastic business platform and a hub?
I trust so, for the simple reason that our unique value proposition is the integration of very different work packages. And thanks to the digitalization, is something that is becoming more and more affordable to any companies, and there's no difference for Dietsmann. The fact that we are based in Monaco was an incredible good added value to start digitalizing the processes from Monaco. In 2024, there was a big step up in digitalizing those things. So successful that we in 2025 we will start developing those things all around our small world, so in the 20 different countries. So this is something that proves that what you can do in Monaco can be replicated everywhere in the world.
Thank you, Cesare.
Sure.
Do you want to add anything? Or?
Oh yes, I fully agree with what Cesare says. Dietsmann exists 47 years, and in our niche sector, that's unique. There's no company that has existed so long. That's the other side of sustainability. And I just want to say that in our DNA in the company, we managed to live so long because we have always in our DNA to serve 4 constituencies. That's the shareholders, that's the employees, that's the clients, and that's society as a whole. If you do not serve those 4 constituencies all, not always at the same time, but over time, all these 4 constituencies, you're not sustainable as a company. And so.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you, Cesare. Thank you to our speakers. We'll open to the floor if there are any questions for Peter or Cesare.
Dustin Plantholt, Rob Report, Monaco. So I love Monaco myself. Talk about the ability for people to relocate. Go a little bit more into the resources available from the Monaco Economic Board of how you can support them.
So it's, well, we do it always in consultation, obviously, with the Attractives Unit and the Monaco Private Label, who are obviously the partners to relocate. On the company side of things, because that's where we help. We don't help individuals. We will guide them to the right people. But on the company side, yes, we'll look at their business plan. We'll put them in touch with the right people, whether it's at ministry level or private sector level. For example, anyone that wishes to set up a company in Monaco needs to have an office address to create a company. He'll also have to open a bank account within a monégasque bank. He will also have to fill in some applications and go through some due diligence, obviously. But anyone that and have some expertise, obviously, in this sector. But anyone that does propose those criteria can look at creating an entity in Monaco, and we're there free of charge and completely confidentially can help them along that way.
Thank you.
Well, I hope many people will look into setting up then. Please. Oh, sorry, who wanted to? Xavier, why not?
Okay, I'm Xavier Dossaro. I am the managing partner of Gordon Blair, which is the largest law firm in Monaco. I'm not going to talk to you about my experience as a lawyer, but as an investor, because I bought that firm 20 years ago. At the time, it was a small firm, about 10 people. Now we have 40 lawyers working for us. And I'm very happy that of your message, that Monaco is not only, I would say, a tax haven for ultra high net worth individuals, but also for companies. And I think that companies like yours exemplify, I would say, what is so good in Monaco. And oftentimes I deliver speeches and think that Monaco is a little known secret in terms of establishing a business, especially in the tertiary industry. However, Cesare, I heard all the good things you said about attracting talents, let's say working with the banks and the accountants, etc. For me, I would ask you, how do you, because I think for individuals, private clients, what you say is, I would say, almost obvious. You have great private banks in Monaco. You have trust companies, company service providers, blah, blah, blah. All this is perfect. And the, let's say, the authorities are very cooperative, open-minded. You can always talk to them. There is a high level of stability, etc. The challenge we have, well, either myself as a businessman, because, again, I am 50 people, I am a dwarf as compared to big Anglo-Saxon firms, but I'm big in Monaco. The challenge we often have as businesses is the Monaco ecosystem for businesses, precisely banks. Let's take the example of banks. We have a great list of private banks, but when it comes to commercial banking, I'm sorry, it's very difficult. So how do you do? Because virtually the only commercial banks we have in Monaco are French banks. I mean, French, which belongs to French, okay? And I don't know how you do it. And the same question for talents. I have a problem myself, which is not a, I would say, market problem, because the market is very good. A lot of, let's say, big families are moving to Monaco as a result of the, let's say, geo turmoil and changes in taxes in the UK, etc. But my challenge is to recruit talents, because Monaco is welcoming for rich people, not paying taxes. By the way, they still pay a form of taxes in real estate, VAT, etc., but not paying direct taxes. But for people who are, let's say, middle-aged and with a great future, clearly for them it is a challenge, because housing is extremely expensive. And we have difficulties. And myself, I can tell you, I can give you my experience over the last 20 years. 20 years ago, I was able to recruit 10 people at a time, you know. I just had headhunters working for me. Today, it's a drop. Every time I recruit one person, I'm very happy. I have difficulties in attracting people. So I would be interested in knowing, I mean, how do you do? Because you seem to be pleased with the attractiveness of Monaco for younger and bright professionals. And how do you do with the banks?
Thank you for your question. Undeniably is a challenge that we face on a daily basis. We have a quite a unique business model that is the fact that the vast majority of our people are deployed overseas. So Monaco represents the central office where you will have all the main functions, but practically the majority of the business is elsewhere. So by attracting talents in Monaco for Dietsmann means that you recruit them, you somehow train them, you make them become familiar with our specific operational environment, and then you deploy them overseas. This is something that happened to me some years ago, and it's a transition location for people, for talents that are supposed then to work elsewhere. The functions that remain located in Monaco, where you still need talents but they are more stable, are of course the HR, although some of them can be relocated in the group. Finance, undeniably, is very specific for Monaco, but also there we have some of the guys who are deployed on a frequent basis elsewhere. And of course, the legal team. The legal team for Dietsmann is also based in the Netherlands, so we have a double team. And so the talents are either attracted by Monaco or by our headquarters in Breda. For the banks, of course, we have a collaboration with those French bankers that you were telling before. So being Monaco is also somehow the element to be in touch with them. So they come over, of course, also from an auditor point of view. They are based in Monaco, but basically they are linked to the French environment. So the proximity of the French environment in terms of banks, insurance, auditors, but also IT, because IT, Sofiane Tipolis, is a huge hub for providing talents. I think this is an added value. The fact that the perimeter, the monégasque perimeter, is not closed, but is open to exchanges with the French territory is undeniably a big value for Monaco and for the companies that operate inside it. Thank you.
Thank you, Xavier. And I would like to mention that your first remark was exactly what we're trying to convey as a key message today, is that Monaco is also a business destination, and companies can, small and large, because Dietsmann, for example, do employ over 4,500 people in the world, can thrive in the environment. But there are always challenges. That's why we can better ourselves. And any other questions?
Yeah, over here. Hello, everyone. I'm Andrea from Monaco. I'm here with SAP. with their AI think tank.
They're in Sophia Antipolis.
Sorry?
They are based. They have an
Yeah,
office in Sophia Antipolis.
SAP do have an office in Sophia Antipolis. I'm a board member of their AI think tank. I'm also the co-founder and CEO of an AI startup. And being from Monaco, I was born in Monaco, grew up in Monaco. I'm very proud of the Principality. But at the same time, with my AI startup, we're not based in Monaco. And so I was curious, where do you see the vehicles of innovation in Monaco, and how have those materialized?
Well, I think a startup like yours should really envisage, especially with your background, perhaps setting up a subsidiary or relocating or having some kind of structure in Monaco within what we talked about earlier on, the two main innovation poles that are Monaco Tech, which is really a center of excellence for innovation, incubation, and beyond acceleration, etc., and very open for international projects. We do actually, I know, have incubated companies, startups from Nice and Sophia Antipolis in the AI field, so that's something to look at. Monaco Boost is more reserved to monégasques and residents, but it's one way of penetrating the monégasque market and benefiting from its internationality and access to different markets. So if you want, we can put you in touch very quickly with Monaco Tech and its director, Sandrine Sauval.
Yeah.
I think we've run out of time.
Thank you very much. It was really, really interesting. Thank you for all your kind words to Monaco. And I have to say to Xavier, because in fact he is trying his most to bring attention to his own panel that is going to be with Mr. Laure, who is the president of the Banking Association. So just stay tuned, because
we'll re-ask the question then to Mr. Laure.
Exactly. And just be reassured, we have a very, very fine ecosystem of experts that can help to face all the challenges. Thank you very much.